I think of it as, like, if people sing to, like, flowers and stuff, like, it gives them, like, a boost. It's a
Oh,
thing.
that's
Mhm.
true.
So what are we but flowers not in dirt,
That's sweet.
being watered by K-pop.
Welcome to Bias Bites, a monthly K-pop podcast. I'm Megan,
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Morgan.
and right now, you're tuned in to episode 14. Today, we'll start off by catching up, recapping some of our favorite releases, and in the words of the wise Seo Changbin, I've got a shot called Ult Groups. And as always, we'll wrap things up with a rapid fire question.
Like what you hear and want to see what else we're up to? You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Bias Bites Pod.
Or drop a note in our suggestion box at hello@biasbitespod.com. Feel free to share your ideas, hot takes, or simply just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.
Now, let's get into today's episode. Before getting into waxing poetic about our ult group, or groups if you really can't choose one, let's take a minute to catch up on what we've been up to since our last episode and share our favorite recent releases. So, Tracy, tell me, what's been going on with you?
I have finally almost fully caught up on Produce 101. It took forever, so much. But there's also been a couple of new releases I've been excited about. Cordis had their new release for Green Rain that came out earlier this month. Super stoked on it. I'm obsessed. I don't think it's Morgan's favorite thing, but have you had a chance to listen to it, Megan?
I have not yet. I have to admit, basically for the entire month of May, Extraordinary Heroes has just taken over my entire K-pop playlist, and I kid you not, they have been all I've been listening to all month.
Is it your alt bias group for this episode?
No, but they're creeping up into the group bias line.
I didn't dislike the Cordis EP. It just is like overstimulating a little bit.
It is a lot. It's a lot up front. It took me a couple listens.
I do really like Acai and what is it? What's up? What's up? They're different. I like Cordis. They're super unique. I was listening while we were at work and I was working on like a big spreadsheet and I was like, I actually can't listen to this EP right now.
I struggle with that at work. I can't listen to music because I realize I'm like, I can't focus on either thing. And then I just end up frustrated for some reason. So I'm like fully no music at work. Oh no.
No, I could never. I need either a podcast or music going at work because if I have to sit there and listen to the people around me in the back of the office with their chattering, I would go crazy.
It's been busy for us though, for sure.
I know Megan and I were chatting before we realized that neither one of us really remembered what day it was because we were off today and we were like, hold on. I thought it was Sunday. But otherwise, the other release that I was excited for, if anyone listens to Wizo, she just put out a new album called Two, just T-O period. And so good. She's an indie artist, but also fantastic.
I haven't listened to her.
Highly recommend. She has a song, Kyoto, that's really good. It's like, it's chill.
Tracy, have you been doing anything fun in your personal life?
No, I got to hang out with my brother a little bit earlier this week, which was nice 'cause we haven't seen each other, I think since Christmas or Thanksgiving. It might have been Thanksgiving, to be so real. So it's been a minute, but it was nice. He came into town unexpectedly.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we got to do some yard work, and then I actually had dinner with him on Friday last week, which right after Morgan and I got back we went to Molly Tea to check that out. It was awesome. But as soon as I got in the car after the light rail, I got like a phone call and I was like, oh wow, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I just had to get it. Watch me go. But what about you, Morgan? What's up with you? What's new?
Like we mentioned, it's been just really busy. I feel like I haven't had time for K-pop. There's too many responsibilities. Like work's been busy, but also baseball season started back up, and my little K-popper, my 7-year-old, plays Little League, and he chose his walk-up song to be Home Run by 17. So I thought that was fun. But otherwise, I've just been getting ready for Gov Ball. When this episode is airing, is going to be the upcoming weekend. So this weekend, we're going to be at Gov Ball. If you're also going when you're listening to this, just check us out on social media because we're going to be posting where we're at. I know I've been trying to like start packing my bag, thinking of all the weather situations that could happen and making sure that I'm like ready to go. But what about you, Megan? What have you been up to?
Oh boy, Gov Ball. Gov Ball, Gov Ball, Gov Ball has taken over my brain. So today is May 22nd as we're filming this, and speaking of Gov Ball, we actually yesterday got an announcement from JYPE that due to the stress fracture in his foot, Sungmin will no longer be traveling with the guys and will no longer be performing at Gov Ball. So while I am sung devastated to lose our vocalist and not get to hear his glorious, glorious vocals live, I am beyond thrilled and happy that JYPE, One Label, Sungmin, they are all taking his injury so seriously and have made the decision for him to stay behind and rest, especially with comeback season right around the corner. We know it's coming. Q3, we're getting a comeback. There's a tour. They have all of these performances coming up now. They just today told us about festivals in Latin America that they're going to. So I want Sungmin to rest and heal and be ready to go come comeback season. So if it means I have to miss out on him at Gov Ball for him to be at 100% for when Stray Kids season gets crazy, then as much as it hurts, I am happy to see him stay behind, and I promise I will be as loud as I can so that he hears me all the way in Korea. Me and Puppy M, we're gonna be representing Sungmin.
Yeah, everybody should bring a puppy M to the festival. I think that would be fun.
Yes, if you have a Puppy M, bring Puppy M. We are going to yell and scream and cheer for him and make sure that while he is sitting at home in Korea, probably watching a live stream somehow, we're gonna make sure that he hears us. But aside from that, aside from the sad, sad Sungmin news, like I said before, Extraordinary Heroes has kind of taken over my life. It's all Tracy's fault for mentioning them and saying that I had to listen to them because then I checked them out and now I have fallen down the rabbit hole and have gone through their entire discography like 6 times and I am obsessed.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Tracy. I needed another boy group obsession to keep in my pocket. I'm running out of pockets. I'm gonna need cargo pants.
Ooh, I got just a pair of pens for you.
Are you bringing back like the trip pants from the early 2000s?
No, I gave all of mine away, unfortunately.
Aw,
Ugh.
shucks. But yeah, like I did not realize how vast and how amazing Extraordinary Heroes discography is, and it's been such a joy for this month to really deep dive into them and listen to them from debut to the latest album. It's been such a wild ride, and like I said, I think they are slowly creeping up into the bias line of K-pop groups that I love.
Do you have like a bias in the group yet?
I think it's the maknae. I think it's Ju Yun. He has stolen my heart with his vocals and the fact that he's also a September baby. Like I am a September baby. I think I've also decided just to collect all the September birthday idols and keep them in my pockets.
That's awesome.
But we'll see. We'll see as I keep listening to them if my bias changes or if I'm like hooked on the maknae because he's so adorable with really amazing vocals and is also a complete and utter nerd.
I love that.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been up to for this month. Govball prep, watching Stray Kids continue their world domination with creating their own like festival that they're bringing to Latin America that they just announced today. That's going to be so exciting to follow and watch that come to life. And Extraordinary Heroes taking over my life. So it's been fun. It's been a great month of May for me K-pop wise.
I know it's gone by so fast though. I can't believe like it's already June basically.
Yeah, yeah, I can't believe it. As of recording this episode, Govball is 15 days away, but when you guys are listening to this episode, like Morgan said, it's going to be like that weekend. So it is insane how fast it's creeping up on us.
Speaking of Gov Ball, actually, I have all of our wristbands. Everything came in the mail. I got yours first, actually, Megan, and then Tara's came in with mine and Morgan's. So
I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet all of our bias biters there. I can't wait to see all you guys. I can't wait to nerd out over Stray Kids with you guys. It's going to be fun. Remember, there will be a quiz. I will be asking you your bias, your favorite song, everything. So come prepared for 1,000,001 questions and a hug. I promise free hugs.
On the same day is when we find out the final lineup too for the Produce 101 Japan group.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is going to be one heck of a day.
Well, it's also Weavers Con that same day.
My gosh, there's so much happening that weekend. Whoa. Let me tell you, that Sunday is going to be such a wonderful recovery day.
My gosh. That's going to be like a scroll on the phone and see everybody else's point of view kind of day.
Yes. Find all the fan cams, like, get caught up on everything that we missed. It's gonna be fun.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to get, Tracy's reaction to hearing Stray Kids live. I mean, it's a little bit bittersweet and sad since Sungmin won't be there, so you won't get the true sung vocal experience, but if they do end up world touring and they come back to the States in 2027, you bet your behind, Tracy, you are getting dragged to see Stray Kids again. Sorry, not sorry.
I'll say yes like I do to everything else. I'm here for it. I'm here for the adventure. Why not?
That would be fun.
You know, I was reading a little bit of an article. I like glazed over it. It was saying that there was a study, I think it was 2019, where they show that it actually adds like 9 years to your life if you go to a concert every 2 weeks. So
Every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks, I feel like is crazy. I think I would die financially.
Oh, my
Maybe
wallet is
also
crying
just like
already.
emotionally, it's just like a lot. But wow.
Do all of the concerts I went to in high school count?
I think it does. I think it counts like live music in general. I think of it as like if people sing to like flowers and stuff, like it gives them like a boost. It's a thing.
Mhm.
So what are we but flowers not in dirt,
That's sweet.
being watered by K-pop?
Well, I just bought tickets to day one of Dallas for an hype-in from
That's exciting.
Nina in my group chat. Shout out Nina for selling me face value tickets because their like resale value right now is so crazy. But so if you're going to either Dallas State for the Blood Saga tour, let us know. I want to meet up with you, Engine. So that's a little bit further out, but I guess going to what at least like 4 or 5 concerts this year. You're saying that added like a year onto my life, right?
It should, hopefully.
And then don't forget we have BTS to look forward to in August as well. So there we go. That's more added to the lifespan right there.
Speaking of them too, did you see that they're doing the halftime for the World Cup on the night?
I
It's July
did.
19th.
I did see that. That's going to be an interesting performance because who is it? It's them,
Shakira
Shakira.
and Madonna.
I want to
Crazy.
see for the halftime show, just give me like Jimin on stage with Shakira and just both of them shaking their hips.
Oh my
Two
god.
hips don't lie. That's a dream right there.
I hope it's a collab stage. I really want to see the mashup of Madonna, Shakira, and BTS. What an interesting trio.
It is. It's a very interesting trio. I mean, since it's the World Cup, it's great because they each represent like across the globe. That's gonna be fun. I'll check out. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the World Cup as a whole, but I'll definitely check out the halftime show just to see how that performance stage for those three amazing acts turns out.
Yeah, you know very well, Megan, I don't do well with soccer, so
Yeah, I still remember my wonderful rainbow tie-dye soccer ball that you kicked into the bay as we watched it float away.
Wilson.
This is why
So sorry.
you don't teach Tracy how to play sports.
Yeah.
It was my favorite soccer ball.
It's kind of full circle, like, if we're talking alt groups, that's perfect selection for today. There's my sportsmanship right there.
Speaking of alt groups, are we ready to dive into them?
I think so.
Okay. For the listeners, it's alt group discussion time. So, for this episode's topic, I thought it would be fun for the three of us to go around and tell you, our dear sweet listeners, all about our alt groups, our biases and wreckers, our favorite songs, music videos, album concepts, how we found them, how they ended up as our alts. You're about to get your first taste of the Megan Tracy and Morgan K-pop lore. So I hope you're ready. Don't forget to take notes. There will be a quiz at the end. I'm telling you. I'm going to quiz you. When I meet you at GovBall, I'm going to say, "Hey, did you listen to the episode?" And I'm going to ask you some questions. So be ready. So as the host, I'll go first. Um to no one's surprise, I'm sure no one is going to be shocked at this. My old group is Stray Kids. Woo!
Gasp.
I started standing them in 2024 thanks to everyone's YouTube best friend, Ben Kim. Have you guys seen any of Ben Kim's YouTube videos?
He always pops up on my Instagram feed.
I am not familiar.
I highly recommend Tracy, even if you just find him on Instagram, because he will post a lot of like the clips that like end up on his YouTube channel. He posts on his Instagram. He is hysterical. He is like the biggest K-pop stan out there. And it was through him who I was watching originally. He was reacting to like funny BTS moments. And from there, I think it like auto played the next video and it was him reacting to like funny Stray Kids Skiz Code moments. And that's how I discovered Stray Kids, was through Ben Kim's YouTube videos. I had no idea who they were, but I decided to watch the video anyway because the thumbnail looked hilarious. And Skiz Code, as I've come to learn, is just hysterical to watch. So dear listener, they were adorable, they were chaotic, they were hysterical, and I spent the rest of that day, I think it was a Saturday. I think I was just couch potatoing and YouTube surfing, and I spent the rest of that Saturday watching more and more videos on them. I then went and added their entire discography, and if you're a Stay or even remotely know who Stray Kids are, you know how massive their back catalog is. So I added the entire discography to a playlist, and I think I had titled it "Stray Kids Need to Learn Who They Are," and started listening to them, and the rest was history. For those who don't know about Stray Kids, they are self-produced, they faced adversity and overcame it so many times in their career. They formed, through a JYPE survival show, which to this day I still refuse to watch because I've seen many, many clips. I have cried at many, many clips. I will not do that to myself. You can't make me. Trust me, Morgan and Tracy have tried. They will not make me watch it. It's
I
not
did
happening.
watch it, and I don't know, it's fine. I actually started listening to Stray Kids when Woojin left. I was talking to Tracy the other day. I was like thinking about it. I was like, it was actually all of the headlines about them losing a member that made me listen to Stray Kids. Their back catalog is crazy.
It's so crazy.
At that time, they were re-recording all of their
Mhm.
songs, which was the first time I had ever seen an artist do that
Why did they re-record everything?
without him.
Yeah,
Um,
to remove him, and he left, like, right before the Levanter comeback, so, like,
Mhm.
they had to re-record that entire album, they had to, like, re-record music videos and promotional tools and redo the choreo, like, everything that was already set when he had left had to be reworked, so that Levanter, that whole era was kind of like a make or break for them.
that's insane.
Yeah, it was like a huge news topic at the time, but this was years ago and they had much less of a catalog to have to go back and re-record. I couldn't imagine at this point in the career having something like that happen. I feel like they have come so far.
I mean, they really have. Look at them. Look at from where they've come from, forming on a survival show to losing a member to like COVID times and that being really hard for them. There was all the times where there was a lot of infighting between them and Han when he was at his lowest, which he's been very open and talking to all of Stay about his anxiety and his where he was mentally and just like how far he's come from that. And now they are headlining their own, like, festival that they created. It's insane. So cool, and I think that's part of what, like, really drew me to them. The fact that they're self-produced is I feel like it's unheard of in K-pop. Like, yeah, I feel like a lot of idols and other groups and everything are involved in the music production, but and Morgan, you could definitely correct me if I'm wrong with your vast K-pop knowledge, but I don't know if anybody is as, like, self-produced as Skiz is.
Probably, like, honestly, just as I can think of it, BTS is, like, up there. I'm sure there are other groups. I know, like, it's unfortunately mostly in the smaller groups, like, that
Mhm.
their companies don't have budget for producers, end up being self-produced too, but definitely not on, like, the same scale of, like, popularity and just, like, the amount of music that Stray Kids has put out over their career has been insane.
And it's the amount of music, and it's how vastly different each comeback is. And it's like no one took them seriously. Everybody considered them as just like this noise music and, especially in Korea, and they really, really blew up globally, and, they're huge in Korea now too. I don't know if I would necessarily put them BTS level in Korea, but they are big in Korea, but they are definitely, like, huge outside of Korea. Globally, forget it. I mean, they live up to the Stray Kids everywhere all around the world. Because it's true, like, the fans are literally everywhere and all around the world, and I think it's because they are, like, labeled as noise music and no one really takes them seriously, and I think that's what I really, really love about it, and I was just hooked the further I fell down the rabbit hole and the more I learned about them. I definitely got Felix affected when listening to their discography. Again, like, he hooked me hook, line, and sinker in God's Menu and has not let go. Trust me, the others have tried, but nobody can topple him. But yeah, it's like the more I fell down that rabbit hole, the more I learned about them, the more I was like, "Okay, like, thank you so much, BTS, for opening the door to K-pop and introducing me to the world of K-pop. I will forever be thankful and grateful, and I adore you and your music too." But Stray Kids, like, kicked that door in and said, "We live here now, and we're not going anywhere." And then they dragged ATEEZ in, and now Extraordinary Heroes is like, "Hey, I'm moving into the attic, and this is where we're gonna be hanging out." So, it's like Stray Kids is, like, opened the door to all these other groups that I am now also obsessed with. But also, shout out Ben Kim for introducing me to my old group through a video of them being stupid and doing stupid things on Skiz Code. That's all it took. Was I was like, "Who are these 8 guys that are yelling and screaming at each other while splashing around in a pool playing pool games?" And look at me now. I'm going to see them at Gumball. Whew!
This
Become so proud.
weekend!
This weekend! Ah! I'm not ready. I am, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not. There might be tears. You might I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a thing. The 2 of you will love me no matter what I become when we're there.
We'll get you some beta blockers and you'll be fine.
I'm gonna need a snacks. Okay, but that's my story of how I found Stray Kids and how they became my ult. Let me get into more of the fun stuff. I'm sure you guys are dying to know my bias and my records, as
All
if,
of it. Give us
we
all of
don't
it.
already know. So again, comes at no surprise that my ult of all ult biases, and I'm talking about within every single group that I listen to, the number one bias for me is Felix. I adore him. I love him. He is who got me into Stray Kids. He will not let go. He refuses to let anybody else have the title. So ult bias, Felix. The rest of my bias line in Stray Kids consists of Han and Sungmin. Han, because have you seen him? He is so cute. Look at those cheekies. Do you not just want to squish the cheeks?
He's cute as a
I do.
bug.
I wanna squish the cheeks. He's also a huge Hayao Miyazaki fan. Loves Howl's Moving Castle. That is one of my absolute favorite movies. He is the literal ace of K-pop. He can do it all. His songs, the Han pop, anything he gives us puts me on an emotional roller coaster. And then Sungmin, our vocalist, our puppy, his voice. getting to hear that live when I saw them at Dominate was everything to me and solidified him on my bias line because the man has pipes and oh, it like you transcend when you listen to him sing. So, aside from that, every member of Stray Kids has a place for me. We have the greenest green flag to ever green flag corner, which belongs to Changbin because I've said it once, I'll say it 100 times. That man is indeed the greenest green flag to ever green flag. I have the go to your rooms and think about what you've done line, which you've guessed it, consists of Bangchan and Hyunjin. And then we have my bias wreckers who flip flop constantly depending on who is on a schedule and who is doing what. And those titles lovingly belong to Lino and IN. And that rounds out my bias and wrecker line. What about you guys, Stray Kids wise? Do you have biases, wreckers?
I just have Han. I have not dived? Is that Divin? Dived?
Oh,
Dovin?
Dived.
I have not dovied into
you have not dove? You have not dive? Oh God, I have a degree in English too, by the way, guys.
Divin. We're gonna say Divin. We're gonna make it happen.
Not divvy dived.
Divin sounds like a fetch word. We're gonna make it happen. I have not divin so far into Stray Kids. I have like 6 of their songs on my playlist liked songs list.
We need to change that.
I mean, it's no, not that I don't like them. I just haven't divin into them further. But I do regularly, like at least several times a week, listen to Genie, which
Oh, Genie is so good.
it's so good. Just like the guitar riffing on it is fantastic. It's a good driving song for sure.
Mhm.
That's when I realized that I'm doing 40 and a 25 and go, "Oh no." But there's no other cars in front of me, so it's fine. We're good.
We all have that one Stray Kids song that we end up speeding to.
Oh no.
My Stray Kids bias is Sungmin. It's like
Hey,
changed
Minnie.
over the years, but I feel like Sungmin is the cutest on the outside, but a little evil on the inside. And
He is a savage puppy.
I think I mentioned in the last episode I've been listening to a spring playlist I put together a lot, and I threw The View on there that I hadn't listened to in, I don't know, a few months, and it's been one of those songs I've been listening to like every day because it just is like such a fun, cool vibe.
I love that your two biases complete my bias line, and this is why we're friends. We share biases amongst each other.
That's why we're friends.
It's part of why we're friends. The other reason why we're friends is because we can all just talk K-pop without driving our significant others and everybody else around us crazy.
I was thinking about it actually the other day, and I was like, "Hold on," because I've known you for how long? Since I was, what, 15 maybe?
Too many years to count now.
Like, most of my life at this point.
Most of your life, yeah.
And I didn't know that you listened to K-pop or, like, anything besides, like, Green Day and My Chemical Romance,
Don't forget Panic at the Disco, they're there too.
Panic at the Disco until, like, this year, which is insane. So, you never shared with me, and I'm so upset, but also, thank you for sharing with me now.
It was really meeting Morgan through work and seeing how, like, her love for K-pop, I was just like, "I can do that too, I can just totally, like, live my life and show my love for K-pop and not have to be like, 'Yeah, I like K-pop, yeah, totally.'" It's like, "No, I love K-pop." It's true, it's a happy place. It's K-pop itself is a we won't get into it, but it's a happy place.
I'm glad to be here.
Me too, I'm glad to be here exploring K-pop and doing all the fun K-pop things with the 2 of you.
Oh,
Me too.
me too.
I like it.
And now we're getting
Three.
too sappy. Now we're getting
Aw.
really sappy. So I'm gonna bring the mood back up from sappy to back to Stray Kids, with a bit of rapid fire favorites for our listeners. I'm sure most of these won't come as a surprise to anybody. So I have my favorite ships within Stray Kids. There's 2 of them. There's Hyunlix, which is Hyunjin and Felix. I adore the two of them together. You can just see the love and respect and appreciation they have for each other, for their arts, their love of Paris and fashion, and they're adorable. And I love them, and I love when we get to see crumbs of the two of them interacting. It fills me with such joy. And of course, everybody's favorite ship in Stray Kids, Minsung. Lino and Han, they're whatever ship, be it romantic, platonic, whatever it turns out to be. They are a joy to see interacting together, and I love the two of them, and they fill me with such warm fuzzies when I get to see the two of them just being Minsung in their own little world. My favorite rachas would be Dance Racha, which consists of Lino, Hyunjin, and Felix. And if you're a stay, if you're not a stay, if you've ever seen the three of these men dance, you will understand why. They got moves. I mean, all of Stray Kids can dance, but there's just something about Dance Racha. And then there's Pabo Racha, which is spearheaded by Hyunjin, the biggest Pabo to ever Pabo. And then Han and Lino, and shout out to honorary Pabo Racha member Felix. These are my favorite clips to watch on YouTube. If you guys just go on YouTube and search Pabo Racha, it's always the funniest Stray Kids clips of these guys being complete and utter doofuses, and I'm always laughing until my sides hurt. Favorite songs? We have Venom, which, fun fact, was the very, very, very first Stray Kids song I listened to. I put that ginormous 20,000 hour playlist I made on shuffle. Venom came on first. To this day, it still tickles my brain nicely, and it's still like my favorite, favorite, favorite Skiz song. And then we have Sociopath, Taste, Jam, S Class, and Thunderous. Favorite music videos would be Jam, Chick Chick Boom, because again, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were such a fun surprise to see in that music video. Divine, Cinema, Thunderous, and Freeze. Album concepts, it was so hard to narrow down, so I'm giving it to Do It, Maxident, 8, Ordinary, and Rockstar. Favorite choreo, highly, highly recommend if you guys have not seen any of this choreo. Look up the music videos, live performances, dance practices. The choreos are really fun to watch. So Domino, number one, look up the dance practice for that. It is the most fun Stray Kids choreo you will watch. They literally are dominoes, and it's so cool the way that they do this choreo. Then you have the choreo for Do It, Chick Chick Boom, Jam, and shout out to Hyunjin and Bang Chan's baby, Red Lights. Favorite live performance, again, check it out if you haven't. The 2025 Mamas, that whole thing went hard. The 2024 American Music Awards mashup of Bye 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 and Chick Chick Boom, celebrating boy bands everywhere all around the world. And then I close my section for you guys, our dear sweet listeners, with the 5 songs that I would recommend if you haven't listened to Stray Kids, if you're looking for more tracks to listen to Stray Kids. I would like you guys to listen to God's Menu, Cover Me, but here's the thing, when you listen to Cover Me, have a box of tissues. I still cry every time I hear it, but it's such a beautiful song written by Hyunjin. Highly, highly recommend you listen to it. I Like It, Victory Song for really, really, really deep voiced Felix, and Super Bowl for Stray Kids ASMR. An honorable mention goes to Ceremony, Chick Chick Boom, and Thunderous. Also, if you have not watched Stray Kids do the killing voice, run, don't walk, find it on YouTube. It is also one of the best ways to get into them, listening to their live singing voices, doing a medley of like their greatest hits. So that's me, your resident stay, telling you all about why I'm obsessed with these guys and why that's not going to change anytime soon. Thanks for coming to my stay talk.
I really think that the Killing Voice and It's Live are two great videos to start if you're looking to get into any group. Like,
Absolutely.
those two channels really just they're easy to find, they're easy to listen. You really get to see like the members just shining because there's not any like crazy production or anything. You just are hearing them sing. And I think if you're trying to get into anybody, that's like a good place to start.
No, I highly, highly agree with you there. It's so much fun listening to live vocals, and both of those channels do such a fantastic job of showing off the live vocals. And also, like, shout out to Studio Choom as well. If you guys listening are fans of choreo and you love to watch choreography, watching dance relays is another really great way to get into a lot of these groups. A lot of them have done dance relay challenges and everything on Studio Choom, and those are also really fun because they're doing the choreo, but it's also kind of comical and not as scripted, and they go off script and do really funny things. So shout out to all the dance relays out there too. They're also really fun to listen to and to watch.
Do you have, like, a favorite acoustic performance of them where it's just vocals, like, nothing else? Or
So there's a lot of controversy in Stayville surrounding Lose My Breath, which they did with Charlie Puth. There
Mm,
was like a lot of backlash over partnering with Charlie Puth. But Stray Kids did do kind of a stripped down acoustic, just like vocal performance of the Stray Kids version of Lose My Breath. And it really, really, really highlights all of their vocal abilities. Like even Changbin, you get to hear him sing. You get to enjoy Changbin's singing voice. Like, man can rap. He can spit bars like it's no one's business, but he also has a really beautiful singing voice. So I highly recommend like the stripped down acoustic Stray Kids version of Lose My Breath.
I'm definitely interested in that. I tend to prefer more of, like, the raw vocals, no backing tracks, just their actual talent full on being showcased.
I will send it to you, Tracy.
you should definitely check out the Killing Voice then for any group, but especially Stray Kids.
And Hypen too, their killing voice was amazing.
Yeah, I'll definitely give that a shot.
You too, listeners, let us know. Let us know if you take any of our recommendations today. Tell us in the comments if you listen to anything that we've thrown out. We're excited to hear back from you guys. And I'm going to throw the ball over to Tracy to talk about her old group. Take it away, Tracy.
I did not catch that ball because I'm not athletic, and that is my segue into my alt group, Park Jin Young and the New Generation. Kidding, kidding, it's TXT. Megan, like, fully exited, she left the stage, she was like, "Absolutely not." She was gonna cancel me.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I couldn't resist.
Sweet holy toast.
So, TXT, not JYP.
Thank
It's
God.
easy to get them confused, I think it's just the number of letters in the name, you know?
They sound completely alike.
So, this, as you all know, or if you don't know, now you know, I am just over 6 months or so into the K-pop phenomena. Um, this is Morgan's doing, I blame you, I thank you. This
Oops.
is something I previously was just, like, not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole because I had only really heard bad things about the industry, and I was just like, "Nah, pass." TXT was on tour in 2025, and Morgan, I remember you for a while were, like, talking to me about K-pop, and I just over it was over my head, so over my head, but I was like, "Okay." You had asked if I wanted to go, and I was just like, "You know what? Sure. I've never been. Why not?" And I like adventures, so I was just like, "Sure, I'll go." And I know that you guys were both sending me playlists for months leading up to this. I decided not to listen to anything until, like, the day before the show. So, like, nothing really stuck. I think I had the melody of, like, a couple of songs, and then I remember hanging out at your house at one point, it was the 3 of us, and you had actually made me PCs and wrote the names on them so that I would learn the members, but nothing stuck. I couldn't remember anybody. I have the most ridiculous facial blindness. I don't understand it. I don't know when it started, but everyone is the same person to me, and I still get you 2 confused sometimes. It's ridiculous. So, everyone was Subin. He was the only one that stuck name-wise. I still couldn't recognize his face, and I don't know what was going on there, but Subin by default has become my bias, and he's kind of, like, solidified himself there just through, like, random scrolling content I get and, like, his travel vlogs because I think we're both type B people. But the show, I had so much fun. I didn't expect to have that much fun. I was just like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'll give it a shot." It was a blast. Everyone was super friendly. The whole, like, freebie thing threw me, but I was like, "This is actually really cool," because I'm used to lining up for merch that you may or may not get, and it's just, like, the same run-of-the-mill stuff. To see, like, other fan-created stuff was super sick. The lady that we met on the way out who was, like, helping us take pictures, I cannot remember her name, but she was, like, older, and she said she travels to, like, all these shows, and I was like, "This is, like, a real thing, like, people are, like, heavily invested. This is kinda cool." But at the end of their set, like, their actual performance, Subin put the glasses on, and that's when it clicked for me. I went, "Oh, that's Subin." And I don't know why that was like a reverse Superman moment. It was just like, "Oh, wow.
He became Clark Kent, and you were like, "I'm sold."
I know who this is. Hold on." The only bad thing I have to say about any of the K-pop experiences I've had so far are the shrilly screaming girls. It's too high pitched for my ears. Just stop screeching.
I think you find that at any pop concert, not even just K-pop. I'm sure it happens at like Taylor Swift and the
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers and One Direction. I just think it's like highly attended by young women who get enthusiastic. Like, think about the clips of the Beatles in like the 60s and 70s. Like,
Mhm.
I don't think that's ever going to get out of fandom culture, honestly.
Absolutely not.
Gotta just wear earplugs.
But then I can't hear the music.
Well, I'm telling you, the loop earplugs that I wear whenever we go to K-pop shows really do a great job of dimming the, like, screeches and the noise around us, but you can still hear the vocals and the show itself so crystal clear.
Not sponsored, but Loops
Not
actually makes
sponsored.
a concert specific earplug for this exact thing. So definitely you should check them out. Try bringing them either to Guffball. I don't know how that would work out in like a festival setting, but definitely try them out at KCON.
Loops, if you're listening, if you'd like to do a partnership, hit us up.
Send us a couple pairs.
I have to grab something because I know I can't do the regular earplugs, that they irk me. I don't like the feeling of them in my ears. I know I keep hearing really good things about Loops. I just don't attend enough shows, I feel like, or haven't in the past to, like, invest
Now's
with.
the time.
Yeah, like, it's totally something I have to add to my pack list. I know that you both also listen to TXT, though. How did you guys find out about them?
XT were being touted as like BTS's little brother so much. They were like a pretty new group and they were on like every Spotify mix of K-pop at the time I really started getting into it. And I fell in love. Actually, I think in 2020 they were my most listened to artist. I just became like obsessed. And then I loved watching at the time it was V Live, but I loved watching their V Lives because they were so chaotic. They still are, but
They
like
still definitely are.
yeah. But when they were like a little bit younger and always all together, it was always just like a circus. And it was just really entertaining, especially like during COVID.
I feel like they are. They're very fun. They're like, for what I usually listen to, they're a very nice departure and, like, change of pace. Definitely, for sure, a mood booster.
The Dream Chapter had a little bit more of like a cohesive sound between all the albums that made it up. As their music style has progressed, they've definitely ventured out into other genres, other types of songs, but early TXT definitely has like the same kind of vibe for a lot of their songs. It like was either dark and moody like Puma, Can't You See Me, or it was like fairy core, fairy of shampoo, roller coaster, 20 centimeters, that kind of thing.
I actually looked up the lyrics for Fairy of Shampoo the other day because I was curious. I'm like, where did they get this title from? And they're just talking about, like, her long flowing hair. But then I just kept thinking of, like, Sailor Moon, and then last night I actually started rewatching Sailor Moon from the pilot episode. I got halfway through the episode and realized I didn't put the subtitles on and was like, "I don't know what's happening." But yeah, that's My brain's associations. I think my favorite I don't have like, their older stuff, I don't have, like, one solid favorite album from their older discography, like, a handful of songs here or there. I think Starkist is by far, like, the one album that I can fully listen to and I won't skip over anything. So I don't know if you guys have either both of you listened to it in full, but it's so good.
I have not, but I'll put it on the list to actually sit down and listen to in full.
I listen to all TXT albums in like order now. I'll like queue up their whole album at a time.
I usually end up, like, going through I do this, like, just for my regular playlist. Everything I listen to, I don't do, like, segregated playlists. Everything, all genres, all artists, they're on one playlist.
So chaotic.
And so I just throw it on shuffle and I get what I get and I don't get upset. Sometimes I do and I'm like, "I don't wanna hear this today."
I have like 5,000 playlists curated for like specific moods. So I couldn't imagine just being like, anything I listen to.
This is good enough for me. I got a weird one the other day on the way to work. It was, "Yenna Catch My Heart," and then it jumped into ZZ Top,
Oh my god.
Lagrange, and I was like, "Hold on."
That would
Very
ruin my whole
different.
day.
I was like, "Okay, this is what we're doing." It was something. Oh my gosh.
Tell us your rapid fire favorites, Tracy, though.
My rapid fire favorites? Subin is my bias and bias wrecker, and everyone's Subin. Oops, all Subins, as you
Oops, all
know,
Subins.
as it happens. My favorite
Mhm.
song currently I have a few of them, I don't have just one favorite song, but I have been listening to Skipping Stones a lot. There's Can't Stop, Deja Vu, Chasing That Feeling, and honestly, I truly love anything where it is just like I mentioned before, where it's just they're raw vocals. There's, like, no backtrack. There might be, like, a live, band with them. My super favorite live performance from them is there's a Tiny Desk Korea concert. It's on YouTube. Just type that in, and it's the first thing that comes up. It's so good, though, and it starts with Skipping Stones. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely recommend it. I also loved the opening for the was it the Mama Awards where Subin had the upside down statue?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
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 was
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 a good
cool.
one.
immediately, I think I texted Morgan I had gotten up so early to watch it, and as soon as I saw it was, like, kind of, like, dark and, like, the only thing I saw was the nose, I went, "That's Subin." And I said,
You know him by
"Subin's
his
nose!"
nose already.
Yeah, Tracy was like really into award season last winter.
It was crazy the amount of text messages I would get that she's up at, like, 2 in the morning.
I usually hate award shows, I could not care less. Like, boy, I couldn't care less. And I was like, "This is actually fun."
Tracy, who like won't wake up early, I feel like any other time. I can't remember which the first award show was, but I was like, oh, like I'm gonna be up watching it. Like if you're up, text me. And when I got that text, I was like, you're kidding me. What the hell? And then it just kept happening.
I, like, fully get my TV on, I'm, like, on the couch, I have my coffee, I end up sitting up on the top of the back of my couch by the time it's over. I'm like, "Whoa," screaming, clapping, "What's going on?"
It's more fun than live tweeting, like texting your friends. So
I'll do both at the
I
same
appreciate
time.
it.
Oh my god, so much fun, though. That's coming up, and I'm just praying that Nexi isn't performing because if they play that stupid beatboxing song, I'm gonna lose my mind. It followed me, it was haunting me, I swear to God. But back to the real ones. No beatboxing here, ever, please.
I don't think anyone in DXT could beatbox, to be
I
honest.
think if anyone could do it, it's Bumkyu.
Yeah, for sure.
My bias right there.
Yeah, I think he would. I think they might hear this and they go, "You know what we're gonna do? Here's our next album."
Beatboxing comeback.
Deleting everything. Oh my god. No, I think my favorite music video for them is "Can't Stop" because how ridiculous, if anyone is into TXT, how unathletic They are, but you filmed a whole music video of you being athletic, playing sports. There's tennis, there's bowling. Like, what are you doing? And then somebody has, like, the weird jeans with, like, the big McDonald's arches on the front. They look like they're backwards, but they're not. So strange. Such an interesting, ironic concept for them. I loved it. And then again, like, yeah, my favorite album is Starkist. I think I cried the first time I listened to Rise, but it also was probably just a really long day because I don't usually, like, cry when I listen to music. So I was like, okay. But
That's their most recent Japanese release.
yeah, with the geese. They had the white geese. Just 5 guys and their geese, you know.
They're swans.
Tomato, tomato.
I am not Cornell Bird Labs. I dabbled in birding. I didn't really get into it, if you could tell. My favorite choreo, because of, like, my facial blindness, if I'm watching all of them dance, it's like I'm looking at an empty stage and everything blends together, but
Mm.
I can thoroughly enjoy anything that Yeonjun has done for his, like, solo album
Wait, what about when we saw the VR concert?
over my head, like, in one eye and out the other. It's gone. In the moment, I'm having so much fun, and then I can't remember anything. This happens to me when I watch movies too. I, like, come out of it and I'm like, "That was great." No idea what happened.
That was great. What did I just watch?
Full amnesia, full blindness. I don't know. Really weird. It's
Man.
super weird. So I promise you guys, if I ever, like, can't recall something, it's not because I didn't like it. It's just my brain is like, it might be too much to process. It might just be like, I don't know.
I
I
think you
had
have
too
to
much
start
fun.
learning the choreos, actually. I think that's how you're gonna get to remember them is by learning them. So next TXT comeback, that's the goal. Get Tracy to learn the choreo.
Hold on.
Okay, what was your favorite live performance, Tracy?
I'm dying. Oh my god. My favorite live performance was, again, the Tiny Desk Korea one. I think that's, if that does that count as a live performance? Or you
Yeah,
mean like a legitimate, like, concert?
That's a live performance.
Yeah, that and the Mama Awards with their statue, Steuben's statue. I wonder who it was a statue of also,
Well,
but
to you, it would probably be a statue of Subin.
maybe it could have been. But they did also do, I did watch Moacon, and that was fun. They did a lot of dancing. Subin did the dance cover for ATEEZ, Bouncy.
yeah.
That's
I
right.
totally forgot about that. Oh my god,
He slowed it down and made it bouncy.
he did. You know, every day, actually, this is like a side note, but when I feed Spook every morning after she's done eating, I walk around and sing Bouncy to her. Like how you, like, bounce a baby around after they eat, I do that with her. Yeah, and I sing
Okay,
Bouncy, so
adding on to your side note, when I leave for work in the morning and I say goodbye to my husband, I say, "Okay, I'm heading off to work. I'm gonna go make that money, make purse." And then he just shakes his head at me and tells me to get out.
he appreciates it. I'm sure he does. I think, San could convert Matt 100%. But do you guys have a favorite TXT choreo, anything?
Love language.
I was gonna say I do love love language.
I love love language.
The
Yeah,
choreo or the video?
the choreo.
The choreo.
I think my favorite part in the video is when Bumgyu has that slice of bread he's eating.
Also, Puma when Yunjin jumps off. Subin? Oh god, I can't remember now. But at one point Yunjin jumps off the other one's back in like a Puma pose.
I'm gonna go and rewatch,
Watch Puma.
yeah, a handful of their videos. I'm gonna hit that gum on the way to the office on Monday, so get ready. But in concluding my Tomorrow by Tadaro talk, before I pass the mic to Morgan,
Ooh, foreshadowing.
my 5, that is actually 6, favorite songs that I would recommend to someone if I were introducing TXT to them for the first time. Skipping Stones is number 1, Cat and Dog, both I think the English and, like, the regular version. Eternally with the full video.
Wait, I'm sorry. Rewind. If you were trying to get someone to get into TXT, you would let them listen to Cat and Dog.
Yeah, because you can't just gloss over it. It's part of who they are, you know? It's part of the package. It's a package deal here.
I feel like that's what I would show someone once they were already like, "Oh, I like TXT." To be like, "Please listen to the song with me."
I feel like you guys one of you definitely made me watch something with that or listen to it.
It was probably me. I love Cat and Dog, actually.
I'll totally leave it on in the car if it comes on with the windows down. I don't care at this point. I'm gonna bark. I'll bark in public. I don't care. Definitely eternally though with the full video because I think it makes it better.
If you're listening and you haven't watched the Eternally music video, it's like 11 or 12 minutes long and it has like a whole storyline to it. It is not just like a regular music video.
It's definitely worth it. Worth the time. It changes paces a few times. I think you can't not like it. I feel like it's like a good neutral. It's like poppy, but it's also like on like the lower tone range too.
Like a little darker.
Yeah, yeah. That song has something for everyone. Can't stop because I can't stop listening to it. Higher Than Heaven, any live version though, because Taehoon's vocals are the most ridiculous thing in the world and they're so good. And then honorary mention to the KBS performance of Love Story. I cannot stand Taylor Swift, but I like this version of the song. So I would give those 6 for anyone who's a newcomer to TXT for sure.
Can I add one to your list that
Please
I have
do.
absolutely been obsessed with since I started listening to them and occasionally need to put on in the car and just scream sing it with my whole chest?
Do it, do it. What is it?
Special shout out to 0x1 equals love song. I know I love you
Solid.
It's epic.
because there's just sometimes I just get in the mood where I need to like blast that as I'm driving home from work and I just scream that with my whole chest and I feel so much better.
What about you, Morgan? Do you have anything to add? Or
Um, I love TXT. They're definitely like in my top like 3 K-pop groups of all time. I think they are like the cover kings. If you like watching covers, I think their cover of Shiny's Sherlock is really good. If you like Justin Bieber, or if you like Yeonjun and Taehyun, they do a fun cover of Stay. I think you hit all the songs. I'm trying to think. I think I would definitely give Love Language to somebody who like I wasn't sure if they liked TXT because I do think it's a super likable and like palatable song.
Crown is too,
Uh,
though. I feel like I don't love that whole album, but I do really like Crown. And I'll also tack on an honorable mention to if anyone can find like the Moacon performance, they all covered each other's solo songs outstandingly. I think that was awesome.
I think it was in episode 4 we like really deep dived into Moacon. Tracy and I did like a special
Yeah,
episode
we did.
on Moacon. And so if you're like interested to hear more of our thoughts on that like solo swap situation, I would definitely check out that episode.
I hope everyone checks it out and definitely give us feedback on your favorites. Also, here for it. And that's me concluding my alt bias group. TXT, not JYP, no plastic pens today. But Morgan, what about you? Tell us all about yours.
Where are we going, Morgan? Where are you taking us?
So we are going into like a supernatural kind of
Ooh,
vibe.
spooky.
But first, I want to say shout out to Megan. This was Megan's idea to do an episode in this format, and I love it. It kind of reminds me of like MySpace bulletins where you like fill out your favorite things on everything.
The questionnaires.
Yeah, so I am going to be putting up a template of these questions that we're answering today about our old groups on Instagram. And so if you are so inclined to fill that out, like with your own old bias information or information about your old group, tag us. I think I'm gonna try to figure out how to do a like story template or save it to our highlights or something like that. But definitely tag us because I want to know more about your alt group. If you're listening to the show, I'm assuming you like K-pop and have a alt group, and I want to hear your opinions, dear listener. But today I will be talking about my alt group, which is Enhypen. I'm sure no one's surprised.
What? I never would have guessed.
Rev your engines.
We were going with Alpha Drive 1
I
for
was gonna
this.
say engines. That's like the Alpha Drive 1 new light stick. But I was a fan of Enhypen before they were Enhypen. When I was working at my old job, I was listening to the DK TV podcast, which unfortunately no longer exists. But at that time in K-pop, I feel like they were like the most popular. They did news on YouTube, and then they had a podcast just like to keep everybody up to date with what was happening like in K-pop. But one day, Danny and David had mentioned an upcoming survival show that was produced by Bang PD called Island. I liked BTS and TXT at that time, so when I heard that it was Bang PD who was putting out a new survival show, I decided to start watching from the premiere, and I instantly got super attached to all the contestants. I do feel like I'm a little trauma bonded to Enhypen and now Team because Island aired during like peak COVID. It was summer of 2020, which personally was like a terrible time. So it gave me something to really look forward to every week, like a new 3-hour episode of the show. But I voted for Jay while I was watching the show. And they announced the debut lineup, and I was really happy with everybody who made it. So I was like already supporting them, already down to be on the Enhypen train. And then they debuted in November of 2020 with a vampire concept, which totally cemented them in my heart since I love the paranormal, like the spooky things. I'm obsessed with Twilight. It felt very serendipitous that they were going to be like a vampire concept group. And now to complete the Twilight lore, and team has the werewolf concept. And so it just all feels like very perfect. That's how I found out about Enhypen. I listen to a lot of groups. I do consider myself like a bit of a multi-stan, but Enhypen has never like stopped being the group that I like the most since they debuted. And I've like dragged both of you into watching concerts with me, listening to them.
I mean, we both now also have Enhypen biases, thanks to Morgan dragging us into the supernatural vampire side of K-pop.
Not as passing around the laminated Sunghoon to Sunghoon each other.
Tracy biases Sunghoon's left elbow,
Specifically.
and I have a Jake bias.
And to complete the O2s, my ultimate bias is Jay. He has been like my favorite member since before Enhypen was formed. If you watched Island, you would have known like some of his lore, but there was one episode in particular where he really thought he was going home, like he thought he was the next to be eliminated, and he had gotten a bunch of mosquito bites, so his hand had ballooned up to like 3 times its size. And he still hand wrote letters to all of the remaining contestants about how much they meant to him and like how thankful he was for his time with them. And when that aired, I like was sobbing. I was like, "Oh my gosh." He just is like such a sweet person. I think to have a bias, it's not just about like the music that they put out, but it's also about like who they are and like kind of like what they represent. To like spend so much time and for a lot of us money, like we want to support people that we think are like good humans. And so I definitely feel that with Jay. But my bias wrecker is Sunu. I think he's really funny and his vocals are so good. So I do have a favorite. I wouldn't call it like a ship, but like my favorite friendships of the group is I love Jaewon. I think that the chemistry that the two of them have is really fun and cute, and you can just like tell that they're genuinely good friends, which is sweet. And then like Megan mentioned our biases. I love the O2s. Jake, Jae, and Sunghoon are all born the same year, and they are just like the We Bare Bears of K-pop.
Oh my god, I love that.
They're all very different, but they do complement each other. Sunghoon is Ice Bear, right? He's the one who doesn't talk.
Yes.
Ice Bear.
My favorite songs, Helium is my favorite song. And then lately I've been listening to Jay's Knife version a lot. Not even so much just because he's my bias, but because if you haven't listened, it's like a rock song. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like super guitar heavy and you can literally like headbang along to Knife, which I thought was like a fun version.
Can I cut in with a fun helium fact?
Yeah, for sure.
I still to this day, Morgan, when we went and we saw Hypen together in concert last year, when they came out and they did like the slew of encores
hmm
and the look we gave each other when Helium started.
Oh my gosh. My soul left my body when that happened.
My soul left my body too. I remember I was scrambling to get my phone back out to record it because the two of us were like, "Oh no, there's no way. There's no way that they're gonna play Helium. No, absolutely not." And then like they come out for encore, they leave, they come back out for like second encore, and Helium starts playing, and we just looked at each other like, "Oh my god, they are actually playing Helium right now."
It was so crazy. We were one of, I think, like two stops on that tour who got Helium as an encore. So I like can't believe that happened, honestly. So
I
grateful.
still feel like it's a fever dream sometimes that we got to hear Helium live.
For real. And it was like a bonus because I had gone to day one of that show and they had only done two encore songs and then Megan and I went to day two. And so it was like a third bonus encore. I was like not expecting any of it. I wasn't expecting the bonus encore. I wasn't expecting Helium. It was so good. The vibe on that song is just it's so fun.
It's definitely on my playlist. I do on the way home sometimes I'll throw it on after work.
Helium is another one that I will just, like, crank up in the car, either driving to work in the morning or home and just, like, headbang in the driver's seat to the vocals of Helium.
I love that. As far as my favorite music videos go, I'm gonna go on record and say that I think Given Taken is the best debut music video ever. It definitely hits a little bit different now seeing He Sung in the center, but it is like so iconic. And just like the whole production value of it all, the storyline they were able to cram into like a short music video, incredible. But Brought the Heat Back is actually my favorite music video. It is like silly and fun and spooky. The editing on Brought the Heat Back is like so out of this world that I think it is just like one of those things like if I need to be in a better mood, I will put on that music video.
I really enjoy this song. The vibe of it is it's almost like 70s disco boogie, like, it's so fun. Skate rink worthy.
Yeah, that would be
No,
fun.
100%.
If they ever redid, like, Saturday Night Fever, they would have to use that song.
I could definitely see like disco being danced to Brought the Heat Back.
Yeah.
So can I can totally see it, and I'm here for it.
My favorite album concept was Dark Blood. I think I would give a shout out also to Border Carnival, specifically like in their Prince getup. There's a version of the album where they're all wearing, I think it's also in the Fever music video. It's at like the beginning or end. My memory is so bad. If you know me, you know I can't remember anything. But where they're wearing these like velvet prince outfits and I love the lore behind their most recent release, The Sin Vanish. Just like on another level of thought and concept went into this album. Like the fact that there's a whole narration storyline that like ties in the songs into the story, I just thought was the coolest thing ever. My favorite choreo is anytime they do the vampire jump where they all like jump up at the same time and put their arms out. Like it happens in Drunk Dazed, which that whole choreo is good. But my absolute favorite in Hypen choreo is 10 Months, which is like a 180 from Drunk Dazed. It is like so light and airy and like you'd see, but they do this one move where they jump up and like put their ankles together like what you would envision a leprechaun doing. I don't know how else to explain it. They literally like tap their ankles together on the side. It's so cute. As far as live performances, unfortunately, I will always be kicking myself for not going, but the Ancella performance was so good. My favorite live performance, though, that I got to see live was the Fate tour. I knew that it was like a really stressful tour for the members, and they ended up doing Fate and Fate Plus like back to back. And since then, the members have spoken out about how exhausting that was. But the choreo and just like the theming for that tour were amazing. I am glad to see them now like doing less choreo heavy tours because I think it's a lot better on their bodies. But like the Fate tour, every song they did the full choreography for, which was incredible. And then Megan asked 5 songs you would have someone listen to if you were introducing them to your old group. And I said this list would greatly vary depending on if I knew that this person liked either K-pop or vampires. But assuming neither, I went with songs that I thought just anybody would listen to and be like, oh, I should check this group out. I have Criminal Love, Loose, Outside, Given Taken, and Moonstruck.
Moonstruck. Moonstruck is my absolute favorite in Hypen song. I can't tell you what it is about that song, but it is just gorgeous. The vocals are incredible, and I don't know, it just makes me feel a type of way, and I love, love, love Moonstruck.
There is a video going around now of an organ player doing Moonstruck like on a full organ. It is one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
Outstanding.
I need to see that immediately.
I'll like put it in our group chat, but the
Okay.
creator is Stephen Murray Music. He does like other versions of songs. I guess I don't actually know if yeah, it's a pipe organ. But like just so beautiful. I'm literally sending it to you now.
Oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait.
But that's it. That's my whole heart, honestly, is in Hypen. This has been a hard year if you don't know Hypen that well and you're like just listening to our podcast. And Hypen started as a 7-member group, and they recently, in March of this year, had one member, like the actual center member of the group, he sung, left the group but stayed at the label to debut independently, which is supposed to be happening this month, actually, June. He sung, now known as Evan, is going to be putting out his first album, single album. We don't know like the details yet, but 2026 has definitely been like a weird year for Enhypen, but I'm just like really proud of them. They've been handling everything really well, and it's been a time, but I love them so much, and I don't think anything would change that.
They're also getting their new little enchins, their little characters.
Yeah, they are, and I put in an order. I
Yay!
I
didn't
love that, yay.
I didn't like hit the actual sale for here, so I paid like a sick amount of shipping and will be getting an order from Korea, but
Treat yourself.
worth it.
I mean, I kinda did the same thing with the Skazoo pop-up in Seoul. Like, I know it's coming globally, the Skazoo Everywhere All Around the World pop-up, but the FOMO hit me so hard when it went live for early access that I also paid a ridiculous amount of shipping to ship myself the huggable chicken nugget to get Bolkari so that I could ensure that I have Bolkari. The shipping cost more than the plush.
It was like so close with the engine. I ended up getting kind of a lot of things from the drop, and my 7-year-old, his ult group is also in Hypen.
I love that too.
He is Nikki biased, and when I showed him the engine merch, he was like obsessed. He was like, I need Nikki's, it's Puni is the name of Nikki's like Puma dog.
Oh,
He was like, I need him. So He doesn't know it yet, but he will be getting a Puni keychain whenever it decides to get here. I think it's in August.
He's gonna lose his mind and it's gonna be so cute.
I know, I'm excited. That's it for alt groups, though, guys.
We did it. Listeners, what do you think? You just got to dip your toes into some Tracy, Megan, and Morgan K-pop lore. Congratulations. You've now learned more about us.
And like we mentioned earlier, we do want to know, do you share an alt group with us? Do you have another alt group? We would love to hear anything you'd love to share about what you loved. So let us know.
Absolutely. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Did this episode help you dive into any of our three alt groups? Can you now say that you are a stan of Stray Kids, TXT, and Enhypen? We want to hear from you guys. Do you understand our obsession now? Do you get it? Do you understand why we love these three groups so much?
Actually had a hard time with this because I was so torn between Quartus and TXT.
I know, it's tough.
I was like, they're both are my favorite. If I could combine them, then yes.
I know we mostly listen to boy groups, but I think it would be really fun to do a girl group version of this at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely like one of the episodes we should do a girl group deep dive into our favorite girl groups.
You already know mine, so
I think we know mine. I don't know, do we?
Spice Girls.
What?
Spice up your life, baby. It would be Spice Girls. I could do it. We could do a deep dive on Spice Girls. I'm here for it.
And why is JYP their missing member? Hold on.
Come on. You're doing so good.
He is actually Scary Spice with wig.
See, Morgan, you can't blame me this time. I did not bring up JYP. It's all Tracy's fault this episode. I'm my sleep paralysis demon. You follow me everywhere we go. Anyway, getting back to the question at hand, I did want to ask you guys though, since Tracy said it was so hard to choose, would you say that you have a bias line of groups? Do you have like a top, say, three?
I have like probably more than three, but like if I had to narrow it down to three, I do think it would be Enhypen and Team and TXT.
Nice. What about you, Tracy?
I don't have a top 3. I have, just 2 that I said we're competing. It's just Quartus and TXT would be my 2 major. I haven't, like, gone into other groups nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I lied. Maybe Alpha Drive 1. Alpha Drive 1, yeah. I forgot
Yay,
about them.
Aldi. You forgot about them?
Yeah, I was watching some of their stuff earlier. I woke up this morning and was, immediately had an Arno video in my face as soon as I opened Instagram. It's my favorite way to start any day. So, what about you? Do you have a top 3, a top 2?
Like Morgan, I probably have a lot more, but if I had to narrow it down to a top three, I would say it's Stray Kids, ATs, and right now it's really flip-flopping between Extraordinary Heroes and Kickflip.
Mm.
So if I had to choose, I think Extraordinary Heroes did it. I think they did sneak into the into the bias line of groups right now. Them being like a K band and K-rock and just being so different from K-pop and what I'm used to listening to is like such a breath of fresh air, and like I said, deep diving into like their entire discography has been so much fun that I think I can say that they've safely made it into the bias line. But Kickflip are still my babies and I still want to carry them around in my cargo pant pocket because they're adorable. So now, listeners, that you know our alts, our bias line of groups that for myself and Morgan go on and on and on and are never ending. Are you two ready for this week's rapid fire?
Definitely.
As ready as I can be.
Okay, so I want a haiku. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No haiku. No haiku. Tracy already beat me to it and I'm still salty.
She's giving us an acrostic poem. Oh god.
One of these days I might when you least expect it. All right. Nothing needed for this go round of the rapid fire except your imagination. So congratulations. You have just been contacted by your Ult Groups label. You didn't know that you had entered this competition, but you are the winner. And you get to fly to Korea and meet your Ult group and help them come up with their next comeback theme. You get to fly to Korea, you get to meet TXT, you get to meet Enhypen, you get to sit down and brainstorm. What are you giving them for a comeback? What is the theme that they're going for this new comeback?
Tracy,
That is so hard. Oh my god. I feel like TXT has done it all.
think of something fun.
Evil Carnival.
Ooh, like Blue Hour spooky version.
Super spooky. Bumgyu is like the evil ringleader.
Oh,
I
nice.
like this. Yeah.
I think I would do like a Victorian era vampire concept, like lean and heavy with like the frilly clothes and everything like that. Maybe one of the members could have like some long hair, but I love the vampire concept and I don't want it to to go away.
No, Morgan, you know what we'll do? We'll call up the costume Nunas at JYPE and we'll have them deliver the Victorian women in mourning outfits that Stray Kids wore for the Do It
That would be funny.
With the fringe and
with
everything.
the giant hats with the veils and everything.
My
Like, you
goodness.
can't get more Victorian than a nice hat with a veil.
But what about you, Megan? What is Stray Kids' next concept?
Okay, so we have Spooky Carnival, we have Victorian Vampire. I'm flying to Korea. I'm avoiding JYP while going to JYPE, and I'm sitting down across the 8 of them, and I'm saying, "Guess what? You're doing a beach comeback. We're
I
going to
love
the beach,
that.
baby." We are doing something fun and lighthearted. We're gonna go fly to Australia, take photos on the beaches. Lino will be in a wetsuit, avoiding the water like his life depends on it. It's gonna be great.
They have to play volleyball.
Yes, they'll play volleyball. Hyunjin will artistically like have sunscreen all over his face.
Wait, can you put one of them in the like snorkeling mask?
Oh, it could be we'll do vocal racha. We'll have Sungmin and IN in like the snorkel masks and like matching little flippers.
That'd be so cute.
Chan can sit up and be like the lifeguard.
I love it.
I'm thinking like Baywatch themed Stray Kids.
Baywatch themed Stray Kids.
Here
Okay.
for it.
I'm here for it.
Imagine Christopher in like red trunks with the lifeguard buoy just like running down the beach.
The sunscreen on the nose.
Yeah.
Sunscreen on the nose. Yep. Beach comebacks happening.
Here for
Sure.
it.
Let's make that a poll. So, if you're listening on Spotify, I'm gonna put these 3 comeback options in our poll, and please vote and let us know which concept you would love to see realized.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how the listeners vote. I'm very curious to see which concept tickles their fancy.
So, TXT with what was it? Evil Carnival?
Evil Carnival.
Evil Carnival.
Evil Carnival.
And Hypen with Victorian vampires, and Stray Kids with a fun day at the beach.
I love it. I love how vastly different all of these comeback ideas are. And if you're listening out there, labels, if you decide to go with any of these comebacks, just, maybe slide us some free tickets or give us a shout out, cut of the profits.
And
We could
some
talk. We could talk.
albums.
Yeah, signed albums for free. I mean, we're giving you gold to work with.
JYP, if you're listening, you can be on our next
I hope not.
episode.
No.
You're not going to get tickets that way. Just agree.
I'm sorry, I'm conveniently out of the country if JYP is available.
It's okay. He'll be our third. It's fine.
My God.
He can take my spot. I'm sure he'll have a lot to talk about. Anyway, that was a great rapid fire. Thank you both for being so so good on the spot to just think of a random comeback idea. I know it's definitely not as simple as one may think. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Bias Bites. I hope that you had a lot of fun getting to learn some of our K-pop lore today. I hope we made you laugh. I hope that you go out and listen to our ult groups and hopefully they end up joining your group bias line. We had a blast sharing our ult groups with you. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bias Bites Pod.
And if you have any thoughts, hot takes, or topics you want us to cover, you can email us at hello@biasbitespod.com.
Tune in to our next episode. It is going to be a Survival Bites episode where Tracy and I are recapping all of the chaos happening at the end of Produce 101 Japan Season 4.
And of course, as always, don't forget to rate, review, and follow the podcast wherever you're listening now. It really, really helps us out. We will catch you next time. This has been
Bias Bites.